Right, so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a bonus before I wrap up tonight. So, does anybody here remember an emulator from back in the early 2000s called ZSNES? Turns out the original developers came back and made a brand new ZSNES like this past month. It's called Super ZSNES and it's got like some really cool features. So, since I got my Steam controller today and I want to test out the D-pad on it, I figured this would be a good way to do that. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna get the game fired up, or the program. Yeah, here it is. Can I borderless this? That would be nice. Yeah, there we go. Right, perfect. Right, so here is Super Z SNES. This was something that released this past month, and it's still in early access beta. Like, it's not quite fully finished yet. They're still implementing stuff to it, but there's a lot of cool features that they've added so far. Like, you've got the classics, you've got like cheat codes, you got the config here, you got the snow stuff over here. But one of the coolest features that they added, actually, before I do that, let me make sure I've got the buttons bound to the Steam controller. Hang on. It's this one, I think. Wait. That's the controller, right? Hold on a second. Hmm. It's not reading my input, so I'm not sure why that is. Chat, am I missing something here? Because I'm looking around, I'm not seeing anything that lets me change the controller input. Hold on. Yeah, let's do a little bit of testing here. I'm gonna need a moment. Fuck. Right, hang on. I don't want to start this yet until I make sure it's working. So if you give me 1 second, chat. Let me just make sure that I can actually use this. Just gonna mute that for a moment so I can test to make sure that the controller is working. You won't see anything for just a sec, so yeah, bear with me. Yeah, the controller is not working. That is kind of concerning. I think it's working now. Okay. Right, let me reload the emulator and we'll try that again. Sorry. Steam controller has been very cooperative with me today, if you couldn't tell. Right, bringing it back now. Bringing it all back to you. Okay. Right, so we are gonna do this. Right, okay, it's working now. Right, so what I'm gonna do is input. Yeah. Oh, oh, wait a minute. Hmm. Start. Wait, that's not the start button? Hmm. Okay, then. Oh, it's because I'm using gamepad mode, isn't it? Yeah, that key doesn't work. So the button that should be the facsimile for start button does not want to work, so guess I'll use a different button. Let's use one of the back buttons for that, just for the purposes of today's demonstration. I'll just use that. I'm basically using desktop mode right now for this to work because I can't get joypad mode to work for whatever reason. Right, okay then, so what's cool about this emulator, I think if you go into help and info. So it's basically just like a brand new version of ZSNES, but it's also got like built-in enhancements for a select number of games. Right now it only supports 7 games for the enhancements, but they're planning to add more over time. So yeah, here's the list. You got F-Zero, Gradius, Mega Man X, Super Castlevania 4, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Mario World, and Super Metroid. So for the purposes of today's demonstration, I'm going to show you Super Mario World with these enhancements. Let me turn the volume on so you can actually hear it. Actually, before I do that, so here's what it looks like right now. You might notice that it's got like a kind of a cool texture look to it. So what I can do, you can enable things on and off here. So let me do that. So we got overclock, we got widescreen, border, high resolution mode. I think high res is like one of those modern filter things where it like smooths out the pixels. I personally don't like that. Like kind of looks like this, which I don't like how it looks. It looks a little bit uneven and kind of bleh in my opinion. So I prefer that off. I like the textures though. Like the textures are a nice little touch. Like look at the grass. You see how it kind of has like something of a Yoshi's Island kind of texture to it. I think that looks kind of cool. So you're probably wondering, why is the audio off? I had it off on purpose because I want to show you a cool thing about this. So one thing you can do, so this is what the audio sounds like by default. Like you've heard this a million times before, right? But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to enable audio and I'm going to reset the game. Now listen to it now. Listen to the quality with headphones or whatever. Yeah, if you're listening to it with headphones, you might notice a difference in the audio quality, like it's much cleaner now. Like it sounds... Uh-oh. I think I accidentally closed something there. It sounds way cleaner and sharper. Give me one moment, chat. I accidentally closed something I did not mean to close. I'll just let you listen to this while I fix that problem. One sec. Sounds a lot more like CD quality. It kind of does a little bit. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn that off for a second. Right, we'll do that. Oh right, there's the software keyboard. Forgot about that. Chat, this might be a bit of a shit show because Steam Controller has been not cooperating with me, let's just put it that way. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Can I get rid of this fucking thing? Yeah, here we go again with the fucking software keyboard issue. Hang on a minute. Okay, can anyone help me play troubleshooting here? Because I need to fix this problem right the fuck now. I don't like this. Let me try to explain the situation. The Steam controller is bringing up the software keyboard when I press the X button in desktop mode. I want to disable that. I don't know how. Please help me, because I tried looking earlier and I couldn't find a solution. How to disable the... Wait, no, that's not it. That should only happen if you press guide plus Y. If I press the X button on its own, it brings it up. That's the problem. I want to make it not do that. How the fuck do I even get this working? Let's see. Settings, controller. How the fuck do I rebind this? Desktop layout. Okay, right. I think I might have found what I'm looking for. Let me just quickly configure this. If I can find the correct thing in question. Edit layout. Yeah, I'm sorry about this, chat. I promise I'll be ready shortly. The X button is show keyboard. Right, we need to change that. Can I just get rid of all of this shit? I don't want any of this back. Remove command, right, there it is. Right, okay, remove command. I need to do this for all the buttons. Give me 1 sec. You simply toggle enable guide button chords. Wait, where is that? Hold on. I mean, I think I figured things out, but uh yeah, I'm sorry, chat. I didn't mean for things to take a bit of a standstill again, but I'm trying to figure things out. Then advanced controller settings, edit layout. Okay, back. Enable guide button chords for controllers. Right, so turn that off. You said. Right, desktop layout. Edit. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I can bind that one button if it wants to cooperate with me. Edit layout. Execute 2 commands. No. Right, okay then. So what I'm going to do now is input, make sure all the buttons are working. Start button doesn't work. Do that. And then that. Okay. Right, so I think we're good to go now. Sorry about that. X button is not bringing the keyboard up. Fantastic. Right. Sorry about that. I'm going to turn this up a little bit so you can hear it better. It definitely sounds much better. Again, this is my first time using the Steam controller, so I didn't know how to, like, enable and disable that shit. Thank you for helping. Okay, now we have a new problem. The buttons are not doing anything. Unless I did something wrong? Of course I did something wrong, it's my streams. Reset, reset. I think... Hold on. Is this where it goes? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. The start button was working, but... Wait, is it because I'm tapped out? Hold on. No, it's not. I don't know what I did wrong. Hold on a minute. I'm fixing this now. Hang on. Or at least I'm gonna try to fix it. Just give me a second. You can listen to this music while I do that. Yeah, let me turn the cold buttons back on. Why? Why? Oh, wait, hold on. Am I a fucking moron? I think I'm a fucking moron, chat. Did I enable the... I did not enable these buttons. No wonder it wasn't working. Hold on. Ugh. What am I doing? Why is this not working? Come on. Fucking... Okay, we're gonna try something different then. Let me just add commands real quick to this fucking thing, because clearly that's not wanting to cooperate. A, B, C, D, E, F. Now, what button on the back was I pressing? I was pressing L4. Let's quickly set that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Nope. Nope. Go into that. Do this. You can't see what I'm doing right now, chat. I'm fixing, or at least I'm trying to fix the controller. Quote unquote fixing. Are we good now? Please tell me I set that correctly. Done. Right, let's try it now. Okay, there we go. Wait a minute. That one, that one, that one. There we go. Right, L, R. Right, I think it should be good now. I'm sorry that there was so much delay there. Like, I didn't understand how they used the Steam controller right. Right, it's working now. Ugh. Right, now we can try it out. So this is my first time actually using the D-pad on the Steam controller. I mean, I technically used it earlier for like menu navigation. I haven't used it for platformer yet. So you guys can see this perfectly fine, right? No issues. But yeah, look at the texture on the background there. Like this looks really nice in particular. So I don't know how to get gamepad mode working with Super ZSNES because I thought I had like X input support, but it doesn't seem to be working. So I'm gonna have to like do some research on that. I'm not figuring that out right now because that's gonna take too long. Frankly, I feel like I wasted enough time as it is. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna bring this up and I'm gonna go into widescreen. So yeah, check this out. One of the enhancements the Super ZSNES has is native widescreen support for this game. You might notice some weird quirky things going on, like the enemies spawn weird at the edge of the screen. But you're mostly not looking that far over it anyway, so you're not really going to notice it for the most part. But yeah, I think this is like a really cool way to play Super Mario World. Honestly, I could probably play the full game like this. Like, if I had time tonight, maybe I would have done that, but I'll just do the first world just so you can get a demonstration. Alright. I will say it looks a little bit weird in widescreen when you see like the edge of the void like that. Like talking about this over here. But yeah, I do really like this a lot. Like, this is really nice, this emulator. So yeah, maybe at some point in the future, if I have the time for it, I could just do a full playthrough of this game in like one sitting. I'll play this for a bit longer. Like, I just want to get a feel for the D-pad. I'm breaking that in just to see how that feels. So far, it feels okay. I'm not sure if it's going to be my preferred way to use the D-pad, because the Xbox controller has like an astonishingly good D-pad. Like, because that's pretty much what I use for RetroArch. But, you know, it gets the job done. I think it's pretty good. A lot of various APIs, a lot of programs support and don't support me. It gives me a headache sometimes. Sometimes a game will play nice with my PS4 controller as is, other times I need an X input wrapper. Sometimes the game plays nice with the N64 controller, but it sometimes doesn't, although, in fairness, I only use it for actual N64 games. Yeah, sometimes technology just conspires against you and just doesn't want to behave. It's just like, oh, you want to do this thing? Nah, we're not going to let you do that today. So yeah, don't make no mistake, the Steam controller is a really nice piece of hardware, and I do like how it feels, and it's like, when it works, but there are a couple of little issues here and there that I would like to figure out how to resolve, so gonna have to look into that. Unfortunately, I thought it was gonna be a little bit more smooth, like, being like, okay, as soon as I plug it in, I should be good to go. Turns out, not exactly. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ding, dang, wada wada bing bang. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ding, dang, wada wada bing bang. Yeah, I'm just gonna speedrun through this real quick. Again, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah. Oh, fuck. Yoshi! Well, I guess the stall's gone now. Sorry for the lack of commentary on the game itself. Like, I don't really have much to say right now, because if I do want to do a full playthrough of this game at some point on stream, then I will, and I'll maybe talk a bit more regarding that. It's Mario Maker minus the Maker. Kind of. I mean, if you want the Maker, there's a program called Luna, which is designed to, like, make Mario World levels with. So yeah, the D-pad is a little bit spongy. Like, it feels fine for what it is, but I'm just so used to, like, the Xbox one where it's, like, really clicky and tactile. So even though I'm playing on a widescreen plane, there is, like, invisible walls, because that's what the edge of the screen normally is. Thank you. Nice stereo sound there. I don't know if that was like that in the original game. Maybe that was an enhancement. In fact, you know what? We can find out right now. So you might notice that at the bottom left corner, there's like a bunch of, well, the bottom right corner, there's like these things here. So this is basically just like a timeline of everything you've done up to that point, and you can just jump into any spot you want to like retry from. But it gets even better than that. There's also these blocks on the left here. So this block here is basically this. And then this block here is from like a minute ago or so. Like, basically, you can go to 5 minutes back, 7 minutes back, 9 minutes back. You can go all the way back to the start if you want to just jump back to the beginning of the game. So yeah, they just continuously record in the background, since, you know, modern computers have the RAM to like do that shit now, compared to back when ZSNES first came out. So this is a really neat feature that I like. But the fact that they went this hard on like the rewind functionality is impressive. But yeah, what I can do here is I can jump back to the specific moment before the thing explodes. I'm going to turn the audio enhancements off. But let's see if the audio comes out of the right channel without the enhancement. Oh, it does. Okay then, so it was in the original game. Let's turn that back on. Again, look at the texturing on the mountains. Like, that's a pretty cool feature to like. But you can turn that off, of course, but I'm going to keep that on because I think it looks nice that way. Like, I'm not a fan of the high-res mode, but the textures that you can embed into the graphics do give it a bit more flavour. Alright, time to go through the level. Hey, check this out. Whoop! There we go. Yeah, that's the good shit. I'll tell you what, since I'm kind of in the mood for it, let's speedrun. Or let's try to somewhat speedrun the game. I'm not a speedrunner, but I can somewhat beat this game quickly. So yeah, transitioning from down to up on the D-pad is a little bit tricky with the Steam D-pad. Wait, why is there a pipe over there? That's weird. And over there. So yeah, I'm really liking the custom audio that they embedded into this game. Are you gonna do Mario World for real one day? I'd like to. Right now my plate's kind of full, but eventually I'd like to do that. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the shortest route to the end of the game. At some point I'd like to do a 96 exit run of the game. Like, just do absolutely everything the game has to offer, because this is, like, one of my all-time favourite games. Like, this is my favourite 2D Mario. I was talking about my favourite 3D Zelda, well, this is my favourite 2D Mario. Why me? Okay. Again, the D-pad's a little bit finicky when it comes to pressing down or up, I've noticed. Okay, that was just my fault. Left and right is fine, it's just pressing up I'm noticing I'm having a little bit of difficulty with, unfortunately. Like, I really have to hold it down for it to work. I can't just kind of half-ass the press. Even when the screen goes to black, you can see the texture. Barely. You need to half press the up button in order to get to the parallel universes. Where did the edge of the screen looks like that? I wonder if that's just like some trickery of like mirroring the level to get that effect, or I'm not sure what's going on out there. But yeah, I love Super Mario World a lot. It is such a fun game. But I know there's been this like eternal debate, like which game is better, Mario 3 or Mario World? And I know I'm gonna make some enemies by saying this, but I think Mario World is the better of the two games. Mario 3 is amazing, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic. It did so much for the 2D Mario genre. But I feel like, well, that game, you know, improved the original Mario formula in many ways. I feel like this perfected it. But that's just me. But I know some people who are, like, vehemently insistent that Mario 3 is the better of the two games. Oh, fuck. Okay, let me grab a... Wait, do I need the cape? No, I don't need the cape. What am I talking about? Having said that, I would like to get a Yoshi here. By the way, if Yoshi eats the Starman, he just grows instantly. Oh, right. That's not the start button. I need to, like, bind that later. Like, rebind that, but I'm not gonna waste time doing that right this minute. Come here. Come here, you! Ah, fucking hell. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ding, dang, wada, bing, bang. Oh, wait a minute. Shit. What am I doing? No. Sorry, my brain keeps forgetting which button does that. I'm gonna take a death because I didn't mean to go into this level. I wanted to get that blue Yoshi again. Man, I love that I can beat this game, like, really quickly, effortlessly, at any given, like, attempt, but when it comes to, like, doing it live on stream, of course that's where I start making, like, 10 million mistakes. God damn it. You're gonna see me bring that menu up a lot because I keep thinking one of the buttons on the controller is the start button when it's not. And as far as I can tell, I can't rebind that accordingly. Ding, dang, but I want to bing bang. I'm sorry. Sorry, chat. See, this is why I hate Silver Gunner, because he's fucking ruined otherwise good music. Wow! So yeah, I'm at the end of the game already. This is the shortest route to beating the game. Yeah, I prefer going in door number 4 and then door number 5. Ah, there's like one off to the screen there. Off to the side. That was perfectly timed. So here's one thing about Mario World that always kind of mystified me. So you guys know about like the whole Mario 2 Doki Doki Panic thing, right? But in this game, they have the fucking Ninja from Mario 2, which I always thought that was kind of weird that they like brought them back in this game. And only in this one room, like they're nowhere else in this game. So yeah, the high quality music sounds really nice. I like it a lot. Right, so I'll beat Bowser and then we'll wrap up after that. Again, this is just kind of a bonus. I'll do a full playthrough of Mario World at some point with the Super ZSNES. I think I'm going to wait for them to update the emulator to like add more features and whatnot. There we go. Do you know what I loved doing as a kid? Pressing the pause button as it gets as close to the screen as possible. Turns out that wasn't as close as you can get to it. I always thought she looked really fucking weird in this game, don't you? For that matter, Bowser looks fucking weird in this game. I'm glad that he gave him a new sprite in, like, Mario Maker. For the Super Mario World style. Oops. Right, time for Mecha Koopas. Right, one more. We'll see how close I can get it to the screen this time. Ah, slightly too late. By the way, these things drop on a grid, so just stand on the opposite tile and you should be fine. As weird as Bowser looks in this game, I do find this final boss fight quite iconic. I think it's a better boss fight than the one in Mario 3, to be honest. And done. There you go, I beat it in like, what, 20 minutes? Somewhere in that ballpark, maybe a little bit more than that. But yeah, at some point in the future, I'd like to come back to Super ZSNES and like do a full 96 exit run of the game. That could be fun. Like, again, this is like my all-time favorite Mario game, so... Might also consider a rando run as well. I don't know if randomizers work in the simulator. I've not tested it, so I'll have to look into that. So yeah, that is what Super ZSNES looks like. Of course, it's got a bunch of other games that are supported as well. Like, you got F-Zero in there, like, it basically gives you, like, really high definition, like, Mode 7 fields. I hope they do that for Super Mario Kart. I'd like to play Mario Kart that way. But yeah, Super Metroid, you got Mega Man X. Mega Man X's music, from what I tested, sounds really good. I haven't tested Super Metroid. I tested most of the games, but I haven't tested all of them. So yeah, what do I think of the Steam controller D-pad? It's good enough, but I don't think it's better than the Xbox controller D-pad. I think that one is like the de facto D-pad for like 2D games. But you know, I could use this one in a pinch if I don't feel like hooking up my Xbox controller. But I do notice that when I'm trying to hold up sometimes while moving left or right, that's where I have like some minor issues, so it's a little bit unfortunate, but yeah. I mean, I'm mostly going to be using the Steam controller for non-2D games anyway. Doesn't take much effort to like connect my Xbox controller if I want to use that. I'd give the D-pad maybe a 7 out of 10. Like, it's good enough, but it could have been better. I always like when video games do this, like when you finish the game and it shows you the names of all the enemies that you saw. I think I know what's going on the edge of the screen. I think it's like wrapping around to the other side. Something like that. But yeah, I do like the auditory enhancements, the little textures on the environment do look pretty good. And of course, widescreen. You can't really go wrong with widescreen in a classic game. Oh yeah, that whole Birdo Ostro thing, I don't think that was a translation error. I think that was just like a genuine mistake they made. Because to be fair, Ostro does look like a walking bird, so I guess they thought, oh, this is Birdo, obviously. Do you know what's even funnier about the credits of the original Super Mario Bros. 2? Like, they fucking misspell claw grip. Because in Japan, the letter R doesn't exist, there's an L instead. So they called it claw grip. But yeah, like I said, I would like to come back to this again. So I think I'm well overdue for a full playthrough of this game. For now, just consider this a preview, I guess. Okay, let's see here. Alright, give me 1 second, chat. I'm gonna do something. And I made his face massive there. Add text. 1 sec. Do I have a font that could work with this? Give me 1 second. I don't have the font that they had there, but I think I have the next best thing, maybe. Is this one? Not quite the one I was looking for. 1 moment. Good bit. Oh, select font. Hang on. Don't know if I have the thing I'm looking for. These are not the drawings you're looking for. Yeah, I don't think I have the... I thought I had the Super Mario font on hand, but I guess I don't. We'll just go with this one then, fuck it. Did I set the the alignment correct? So I'm trying to do this as quick as I can, but I'm doing the opposite, right? So you fucking idiot. If you don't know what I'm referencing, it's a Joel thing. Right, okay then, so I'm gonna stop here for now. Oh yeah, I should have got the fucking Jeopardy music. You're right. I should have done that. Also, don't mind that. I was trying to reload the thing that I deleted. Yeah, hang on a second. I'm not done yet. I'm getting the thing. Give me 1 sec. I don't think this is the one. What? 1 second. I'm trying to find it. Mario World Genesis Jeopardy music. I think it's this one. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Why is my browser conspiring against me and crashing at this moment in time? Please don't do this. Not now, I was so close to the bit. You can't do this to me. Fuck. Hang on. Let me try that again. There we go. You fucking idiot. Actually, let's put a bit of a Scottish slant on it. You fucking idiot! Alright, I'm done. Thank you all for dropping by and watching me test out the Super ZSNES thing. It's kind of cool. I like it. I think it has potential to grow. Like, its version, let's see what it was called again, 0.11 beta, so it's still very early in development. But yeah, it's like the original developer came back to work on this updated version of ZSNES, and I like the enhancements that they got for Super Mario World in some of the other games that I've tested. But yeah, I think I'll wait for them to update the emulator a little bit, see if they can improve on some things. And you know what I would like to see? I'd like to see them add netplay to this fucking thing. I don't know if anyone remembers that, but there used to be netplay on ZSNES. You could just like type in someone's like IP address and you could like connect to them directly and just play like two-player games. I want to see that in a future version of this emulator. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, that's going to do it for now. Thank you for watching. I will eventually come back to this to do Super Mario World, but yeah, until then, thank you for checking this out.